Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Jeff. It's Sunday, we're chilling. Sorry I didn't upload yesterday. Just busy doing some stuff, still getting some stuff done, leaving in a couple days. We got the Modern Warfare 2 campaign that's going to be coming out in less than a week at this point. You guys will probably see, you know, the series from me in about a week or so from now. 4 or 5 days, whatever. I'll get it up a couple days later. I cannot believe we're this close to the game, man. Just need something new. After a whole year of Vanguard, it's just anything. Anything, please. And we'll finally actually start to see exactly how things work with this whole, like, Call of Duty 2.0 and see exactly what they're trying to do with these games and how it's gonna work. Like, for example, some weird things would happen whenever you had the multiplayer and Warzone like either installed separately from each other, and it always seemed to work better when they were installed together, even if you didn't even play the other one. It was like that for a long time. I had Warzone installed. I believe if you had just the multiplayer installed and not Warzone, and you go into multiplayer and you hear somebody driving a Wheelson around, the audio file is different. Like, just weird little shit like that. Not that it makes it like unplayable or whatever, but apparently this time around this is going to be a lot more seamless and things aren't going to be as bloated and shit. The thing is, it's only really a matter of time until it becomes more and more bloated, especially with the rumors going around about how they're, you know, going into that second year. Bob left the game. Oh, dude, speaking of Bob, I've been playing some Overwatch. I explained that I was in Bronze 5, climbed up into Bronze 4. I'm gonna assume it was taking the last time that I played Ranked into account. I wasn't really playing Ranked. I played to get rated, and then that was it. And I'm pretty sure at most I maybe landed in, like, Silver or some shit. And on top of the fact that I literally have, like, less than just a couple days played on the game in terms of, like, total playtime, in-game time. I have less than a couple days played on the game, so I assume that I'm probably bronze level. Well, after playing some games, winning a few games in a row, and just climbing some more, I'm now currently Silver 2. I'm about to promote again, hopefully land into Gold. Gold is realistically where I felt like I could have potentially started, maybe like, you know, Silver 2 where I'm sitting right now. I have a feeling that I'm gonna skip though, because I'm on a streak. Unless I have a terrible time getting these last 2 wins or some shit, this streak should definitely, hopefully, get me to skip into Gold. There's been a couple more leaks that have been going around. I mean, to be fair, I kind of assumed that we're gonna get a shit ton of information, you know, as we get closer and closer, but at the same time, it says that there are apparently 4 places that you can pick to spawn at in DMZ. Albagra Fortress, Al Safwa, Rohan Oil, and Zargwa Hydroelectric. I wonder what's gonna become like the new hotspot in the game. I'm gonna assume that there are also hotspots in like high value areas and shit, and it's gonna be so weird to see this whole like era of Call of Duty just become a ghost town. The same way all over again that, like, you know, Modern Warfare 2, MW3, BO2, all that shit just becomes a ghost town, that whole era. It's so weird. It makes you wonder if like one of those certain spots in the spawn points, like for example, like if you get a key card, right? Like, and you kill somebody that has a key card or some shit, or wait for somebody to open a room that had a key card and then kill their ass as they're like going through it and then take all their stuff, whatever. Like, it makes you wonder what places are going to be the most high traffic and how much does it even really matter. Obviously Warzone 2, like the BR and everything, that whole experience is also going to have, you know, hot spots and shit. From the sounds of it, I mean, they're making a lot of changes, so I wish when we reacted in such a negative way in the multiplayer community, I wish they gave a shit. Over on Warzone 2, they're like, yeah, I don't like this, I'm not a fan. Put a whole event together for everybody to just be looking around at each other like, I don't know about this one. Man, you guys should have ran more multiplayer events. If all it takes is a little bit of public embarrassment. Are the players making videos about it not enough? You gotta host a whole live event of you failing? They always try to do this shit, reinvent things that they don't need to. And so we went to the movies last night. We saw Smile, which surprisingly wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Like, just judging from the title, I thought that this movie would be kind of like Truth or Dare, like that goofy ass movie where they got that stupid ass smile on their face and then they end up dying in some terrible way. I wouldn't say that the movie is really all that scary overall, but the jump scares are actually pretty good. People were saying like, oh, it's really thrilling, but I didn't really get that feeling. I don't know, just for me. Also, people smiling at me in the most sinister way possible is really not scary to me at all. My body like reacts like, oh, they're smiling. That's nice. Without spoiling anything or, you know, talking about the premise, I went into this movie, I'm like, I don't know why people are smiling. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know why they're doing it. Are all of the people just, is it possession? Is it zombie? Is it viral? Like, what are we talking about? You know what I mean? I had no idea going into it. So I think that made it a lot more fun, but it's honestly way better than I thought it would be. I thought that shit would be dog shit, but in terms of like the acting and other shit, like I expected it to be way worse. It was a fun watch. I saw that there was a 3D artist out there. I think their name was Owen. I actually ended up making an updated exclusion zone, kind of based on like the rumors and stuff of what the next camo is supposed to be. Even though I don't necessarily think that's true, I think it will be something else just from what I've heard, but he updated it and did it in the way that like I was thinking that they would do it if they did, where it would kind of be, you know, obsidian like this, but instead of it just being obsidian where it's just, you know, smooth or like jagged or whatever, you can add more cracks into it, and then in those cracks you have the exclusion zone glow in there, especially with like the new updated graphics and lighting effects as opposed to, you know, what we had back in, I think it's 2016. I don't know, the amount of detail, I know it's just like 3D or whatever. Obviously he's gonna make it look as good as possible as an artist, right? But it just looks so good. Also, I don't know if I talked about this, but there's also the rumors that are going around that they're actually gonna have Messi. They're supposed to be adding in a few football or soccer players, depending on, you know, where you're from. I don't really watch it. I don't know that much about it. I played a little bit of FIFA, I think in like FIFA 14 or something. I mean, right now we're fighting with Snoop Dogg and all sorts of other shit too. I mean, why not? I mean, we have like Marshawn Lynch and all sorts of, I mean, it's not like we've never had any kind of, you know, sports icon or player or anything like that in this, so it wouldn't be the first time.
Look, Poo-Poo have a shotgun. Didn't even drop 100.
I have more kills than you, and I'm louder than you, and you can't do shit about it.
I'm sitting here talking about Messi. Why are you so upset? I have my voice chat muted. I unmute this shit just to hear music to my ears. No, I also thought about this. Since the PS5 was actually not that bad of an experience to potentially play on PlayStation instead. Then again, I don't think I can play on the PlayStation account. Like, okay, so listen, I'm not going to play on that Jeb's Phase account anymore over on that shit. It is absolutely fun. The amount of crazy shit, the security issues and stuff that I dealt with that shit, I'm not dealing with it. I don't care. I would literally rather grind slower. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
I've honestly been having more fun playing Overwatch, but it's not meant to be an insult either, but Overwatch is incredibly easy to pick up. Like, I should not be doing as well as I do. Now, given, obviously, I'm not a high elo or anything like that, and it's not like silver or gold is supposed to be good, but I really expected myself to get, like, full stop. Like, this is a problem with me. I'm so inexperienced with so many different, like, new things, and I don't try new things so often, and I'm so consistent in not trying new things that I'm so psyched up in my head thinking that the new thing that I'm trying is this like insurmountable feat that I just can't accomplish. It's hard. I recognize what I'm doing, but I cannot stop myself from thinking it. I mean, once I get back, it's gonna be all Call of Duty anyway. I get back, I play the whole campaign out, upload those videos over the few days. Realistically, me starting a little bit late is actually just gonna run right into the multiplayer, and it's actually gonna feel pretty good. I hope they do this whole like campaign a week early thing a bit more often. Also, I've been hearing with that second update, there's potentially campaign DLC, so we're basically hearing that this new update or new like paid premium content for Modern Warfare 2 as like an expansion is basically going to be like an entirely second game that expands upon it, just like an expansion, right? But not just in like multiplayer with all the content in there. Supposedly we're supposed to be getting some campaign DLC that is gonna, you know, expand the story and shit. So maybe we'll get like, what, 4 or 5 more hours of more like campaign content and shit? It's basically giving a refresh to Modern Warfare 2 and adding new shit to it. So people would still be kind of, you know, enticed to, you know, pay for it. I've been hearing it's also paid content. It's not gonna be free, which makes a lot of sense since, you know, they're not charging for a game that year. Instead, it's just gonna be charging for, you know, this DLC, whatever it is, whatever you want to call it. I'm usually a little mixed on this kind of thing. I don't like the idea of like having content that other players potentially don't have, but I guess we'll talk about it when we get there. We're not even at season 1 or anything, and none of this is really confirmed yet, but
Yo, you suck. You like
Day of the game. It doesn't matter if I do or not. What are you gonna do about
people really not liking the 725. Hey man, listen, Modern Warfare 2 is coming out. Don't worry, it's gonna be there too. That's all I gotta do now. I realized all I have to do is use the most annoying shit possible and just get reaction clips out of people. I mean, at this point, everybody's reduced to trolling, so it is what it is.